time to exact our revenge.
Far away from me.
Now isn't that just an awesome way to start off a hunter mode video here on Crysis 3? About 6 kills as the hunter to start a round in about 30 seconds, so quite the beautiful start. And you know, it's not my typical game, but I thought I would share that little intro with you guys. And in the background you can hear a couple of the guys I have played Crysis 3 with in the past, Scanner and Snoov. I'm sure you've heard of both of them. But Crysis 3 is still one of my top games. This is still one of the games that I'm playing quite often. I actually find myself going to the hunter mode quite a bit if I just want to, you know, relax and have some fun, because, you know, there's not a lot of thinking that has to go into this. You know, stay alive. And I have a pretty different style of play as when I play as the cell operative. A lot of people like to hang back, they like to sit and, you know, just wait for the hunters to come to them, whereas I play a little bit more aggressive. I like to do laps around the map. I try not to get stuck with a bunch of teammates. Sometimes it's inevitable. You just, you know, you get into the areas where you're bunched up with a lot of people. Next thing you know, your proximity alarm's going off and you're surrounded by hunters. I try to avoid that if all possible, just because, you know, when you're by yourself, a lot of people feel like, well, oh, a nice little double kill there. A lot of people feel like when you're by yourself, you're going to get picked off much easier. They're going to come find you and gang up on you. I've actually found the opposite. When you're by yourself, they tend to focus on the big groups of people. That's where they migrate towards. And it kind of leaves you, you know, on your own. You can get by. You can slip through the cracks because they're interested in going after. Ooh, nice little jump over the back to get that guy. They're interested in going for the high-profile people, you know, where they know a bunch of people are concentrated. And people will use you as bait. If you sit there and camp with a bunch of people, they won't kill the guys. They'll wait for you to die, and then they'll kill them. They'll use you as the bait. People are ruthless in this game mode. I know a lot of people do like to camp in it, but it's just not my style. I like to move around. I like to go out and get the kills. I don't want the kills to come to me. So you will see a couple of really good rounds here of hunter mode as me playing as a cell operative. Unfortunately, I never die. Well, I do die a couple times, but I don't die enough to where I'm ever a hunter. I do like playing as the hunter the best, but I enjoy running around with the Typhoon every now and then. So, but I wanted to talk a little bit about the social aspect in games, because you know, Crysis 3 didn't sell a ton of copies, which is unfortunate because it is an awesome game. I think EA said they were a little disappointed in sales, but you know, EA says that about every game. And oh, that stupid wire right there completely cock-blocked my bullets, and then I get my brains bashed in. So yeah, that was a little unfortunate to take that death, but what are you going to do? Stuff like that happens. But yeah, back to the topic. EA was disappointed in sales. You know, they kind of said Crysis 3 didn't live up to expectations, which I beg to differ. I think this was an amazing game. You know, as a business, I guess I understand EA's points a lot of times. They want to take the business side of things, because, you know, if a game doesn't sell, they don't make money. Pretty logical. But Crysis 3 was an awesome game. And I think if a lot of people sat down and played the hunter mode in Crysis 3, even if they didn't like the campaign, even if they didn't like the core multiplayer, if they played this with friends on hunter mode, I think they would actually find an aspect of the game that they would really enjoy. And I don't think I can kind of emphasize the importance of social game modes like hunter mode enough. I mean, even Call of Duty, and gasp, I'm mentioning Call of Duty. Even Call of Duty did a really good job of kind of resurrecting, at least in my eyes, Modern Warfare 3, because that game was an absolute mess. There are not a lot of things that I enjoyed about Modern Warfare 3. However, the infection mode in Modern Warfare 3 was an absolute blast. It's probably the best thing that really came out of Call of Duty in that year. I mean, infection mode pretty much renewed my interest in the game. I had a lot of fun playing with friends, and it's one of the things that actually kept me playing Modern Warfare 3 after I had quit it. I actually went back to start playing Infection after I had completely just given up on the game. So there's a lot of things that can save a game even if you don't like the core multiplayer. I know a lot of people right now are upset with Black Ops 2. They're not enjoying the game. However, they continue to play the zombie mode with friends. Game modes like that, I think, are what saves multiplayer games. It's what keeps games kind of rejuvenated, because we all get to the point where we get tired of the multiplayer. I think even with Battlefield 3, some people are just tired of playing the core multiplayer. You know, Battlefield 3's tried to kind of introduce these, I guess you would say, social game modes, and they haven't worked really well. I mean, if you look at like Capture the Flag, It's a very heavily teamwork-oriented game mode. You've really got to communicate with your team if you want to be successful. And I don't think that really works very well because not a lot of, there's no in-game voice on PC. Even the voice that's in the console version of things isn't really that good. So it's kind of a bummer that Capture the Flag is just kind of a failed game mode in Battlefield 3. It's just not really that fun. There's a lot of factors that really go into that, but I think if Battlefield 3 had a game mode that kind of catered to the social side of things, wasn't so serious, it wasn't built on just playing, with M16s and stuff like that. And I guess they do have scavenger mode, which is probably a pretty good example, but you can play scavenger mode by yourself, just as easily as you could with a team, so I don't really think that pushes the social side of things. Whereas if you look at like zombie modes, the co-op mode in Zombie Black Ops, you look at like the infection mode in Modern Warfare 3, hunter mode in Crysis 3, I think these social game types really push the game beyond what we're kind of used to, and I think that's really important. I wish more developers would take that angle when they're creating a multiplayer. A lot of people just try to create a really fun, awesome multiplayer, and they kind of forget, multiplayer is all about playing with friends, and I think that's what a lot of developers should kind of get back to. Because, hunter mode is completely fun. It's not serious, it's not going out there with who has the best weapons or anything like that. It's who can have the most fun. So I did end up going 17-3 in that game, so a pretty successful couple of rounds. More kills than you see the first place guy get a lot of times. So hope you guys did enjoy this video. Let me know what you guys think, though, in terms of social game modes. Do you enjoy game modes like Hunter mode, Infection mode in Call of Duty, heck, even Zombies in Call of Duty? Let me know in the comments, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.